Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monis AI Unfiltered podcast, where we talk about execution, not just theory. I'm Monis Souza, founder, builder, and system architect that is helping creators and coaches turn chaos into automation. In these podcasts, I sit down with builders, creators, coaches, entrepreneurs. In this podcast, we dive deep into the world of AI and the opportunities AI is unlocking. Apart from that, we also talk about how creators are making money, how creator economy is changing, how you can get benefit from it. No fluff, just systems, flows, and things that can actually help you to get results. Let's build. Okay, just say something. Yeah, your mic is muted.
Hey, Boris.
Yep,
Just checking if the audio is okay.
yep. All good, all sorted. Awesome. So mostly I want to keep the conversation raw, but still, let's just start, let's just start. I will do the intro and outro later on. Let's just start and we'll begin with the questions and we'll start with the short intro of yours and then we'll jump on to the, topics that I prepared. Sorted?
Sounds good. Sounds good, Boris.
Okay, awesome. Okay. What's up, Guru Bhai? Thank you so much for joining in and tuning into this particular podcast. Before we begin and before we start talking about like 1000 plus things that we want to talk about, I just want a quick intro of yours for our audience and then we'll begin with our set of things that we want to discuss because I'm like super excited. जब से चीजें अनाउंस हुई हैं regarding AI, I'm super excited every time I get to interact with someone जो कि AI space में है. So let's just begin and let's begin with the intro first.
Hey, I'm Boris. Excited to be here. My name's Gaurav Dabaksani, and I think, like you, the minute I got to experience AI, I knew that this is the future. I knew that this is a space that I really want to be in because it's magical. And every day, like you said, there are 1,000 things to talk about. Like, where do you even start? Where do you even start? And for me, like, one of the first things is whatever technology it is, I want to figure out how can I use this pretty much in my everyday life. And long story short, how do I use tools? How do I use technology? Primary Maslow's need. How do you use AI to start making money? That was one of my thoughts. Not that long ago. I'm fairly old, been in the digital marketing space now for a good 20 years, but I've never been so fascinated with like, hey, what is this new thing? So the minute you messaged me, I'm always excited to talk to a fellow AI enthusiast. Otherwise I'm telling like my father, I'm telling my wife, I'm telling my neighbors, I'm telling my friends, like, by do you know like what is possible? And some people are not that enthused about it. Some people are like, whatever. So really happy to have this chance to talk to you today, Monis, and share whatever little bit that I've picked up in the last few months.
Amazing. I was also very excited, and here we are, finally doing the podcast, and this is gonna be, the first episode of my series that I'm gonna start with. So let's see how it goes. Here is something that
Amazing.
I'm, curious about, which is, we're talking about AI, about, business coaches, entrepreneurs, and all of that stuff. Let's just dig deep into that and let's just start from the core, Let's just start with that how normal businesses should think about AI. Let's just start with that. What is your take on that?
My take on that is it's basically something that is brand new. No matter what you said, till just 3, 4 years ago, before AI became mainstream, is that you had to use your brain no matter what. Like, no matter what, whether it was a team, whether it's tools, whether it's training, bottom line is like, hey, have you understood it? Are you able to implement it? And till now, like, intelligence has been such a thing of pride, like if you look at evolution, right from apes to caveman, any kind of leadership, like up until recently, it was like, okay, who are the people who get respect? They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're scientists. And today, the whole question is like, everyone is intelligent. You know, everyone at least has the access to the information that's available. And people would say that's true even like with Google. You know, back in the day, the closest thing we had is like, you know, don't ask me, just like Google it.
Yeah.
But it's taken like the next level of everything, you know, like it talks like you, it sounds like you, it can research like you. I won't even say it can sound, it's better.
Hmm.
Everything is better. And if you just use something as simple as ChatGPT,
Hmm.
you know, within the second prompt or the third time you've asked ChatGPT something, like you bow down and you're like, what the boss?
This is
Thing
next
like,
level.
this is next level. Let me not try and fool myself.
Uh,
Let me
uh,
try not think that I know more than this
uh, uh.
AI. So I think ground up, you know, you asked like ground up, how does this change everything? Is like 5 years ago, we didn't have intelligence.
Hmm.
Today, we've got infinite level of intelligence. So whether it's coming up with ideas, whether it's helping you execute, whether it's helping you become a coder, like
Hmm.
that's just mind blowing, right? You could never code, like at least I could never code, and today you can.
Exactly.
So what was not possible a few months ago, few years ago, today is like, yeah, of course I can.
Exactly.
So yeah.
For sure, and based on this, what is your take on this? That currently the AI space, is it overhyped or it's underestimated? What is your take on that?
You know, without a shadow of a doubt, I would lean towards that this is underestimated.
Hmm.
Without a shadow of a doubt, because I don't know like how it's going to like hit people in the face.
Hmm.
And if you're not like in the forefront of it right now,
Exactly.
you know, not trying to freak people out, but you will be obsolete.
Hmm.
You will become obsolete unless
Hmm.
uh, you are embodying AI in anything, like whether it's
Hmm.
relationships, whether it's work,
Hmm.
fitness. You need to be able to find out how to apply this. Uh, I think it's even bigger than the internet. The internet has always connected us, but the AI is like another beast altogether.
For sure. And there is one thing that I also believe in, which is that it is actually underestimated also, but it's overhyped also. In terms of that, a lot of people, they just talk about it, but they don't build something. AI is this, AI is that. These are the tools that you should use. These are the tools that you should, but they don't build something. And I think when I started for the first month, that's what I was doing. I was just like looking for ye tool kya kar dega, ye tool kya kar dega, but I was not building something. But when I started building, that's when it actually clicked. And from there, I just want to ask you something, that here is something that I've started doing in the last 15 days. I of using chat gpt, I'm using it from the past 1 year, but from the last 15 days, here is how I've started using it. So what I do is, on a daily basis, I just feed my AI with all the information about me, about my days, about my business, about my work, and everything around it. It's like, if in this world right now there is one individual जो कि मेरे बारे में सब कुछ ए से लेके जेड तक जानता है, वो सिर्फ मेरा खुद का जो है वो एआई होगा। उसके अलावा मेरे देयर विल बी नो वन, देयर विल बी नो वन अपार्ट फ्रॉम गॉड, जो कि मेरे बारे में इतना जानता है। एंड ड्यू टू दैट, मैंने उसको इतना ज्यादा ट्रेन कर दिया है। It has all the information about me, and whenever I ask him something, it gives me very tailored answer. It is not like that I have to play with prompts. It is just like, I just even ask a random thing, he will know who is it, what he's talking about, क्या क्या बात करनी, क्या बात नहीं करना है। So have you implemented that for your own self too?
I have become addicted. I think that's the only word that
Exactly.
I can use. Like, and when I talk to other business owners, you know, like previously you'd ask them like, "Hey, do you use ChatGPT?" And they were like, "No." But today you ask anybody,
Hmm.
and I did a small experiment with my kids. I was invited to speak at my kids' school on leadership and AI. And the first question I asked was like, how many of you here use ChatGPT?
Huh.
And these kids are like fourth standard to standard, whole class like puts up their hand. So I was like, I've got nothing to tell you. I've got nothing to tell you. If you're using ChatGPT, like you're going to get ahead in life. And in terms of training, like normally I'm always trying to find like a cheap software lifetime deal.
Hmm.
But when it comes to ChatGPT, I'm like, why you take my money? Say, take my money. You keep me happy for the next 30 days because, like you said, there's no human being, not your mother, not your father, not your wife, not your kid, no one who's going to be able to understand you to that level.
For sure.
And yeah, so totally vibe with you, and I'm totally on that. It can be scary, but at the same time, I'm like, it's okay. I'd rather talk to AI about this than any single human being.
For sure, for sure. A lot of times, people talk about that it's scary and all of that stuff, but I just don't want to go into that stuff. You know why? Because here is something that we hear. Okay, you're using your mobile phone. Okay, AI is listening to you. You have your camera on. This is, wo aapki, they are invading into my privacy. And I was like, take it, bro. I can't do anything. This is the life that we are living nowadays. I can't, just say, okay, they are taking my privacy. मैं अपना data नहीं दूंगा, ये नहीं करूंगा, वो नहीं करूंगा. I just can't say this. It's not practically possible for me. So do whatever you want to do with it. I don't care because I have to do work. I have to do things. But there is nothing. I'm gonna get if I just keep saying that, hey, privacy नहीं है मेरी, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. That's what I think. Take it. I don't care. जो करना है कर लो. क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं? कहाँ ही बचा सकता हूँ? कौन से ऐप से बचाऊंगा? That's what I think.
The bottom line is, first of all, your privacy is gone.
Exactly.
Whether you
It's
like
gone.
it or not.
It's gone.
Whether you like it or not, वो गया है.
Mm.
So trying to hide it, I'd see I'm on the same page as you. As like, anyway they're going to listen, anyway they're going to record. Anyway, they might as well at least be the product and make the most out of it. हो गया हमारा, like.
Oh yeah. Have you heard about this Omi thing, which you just आप just यहाँ पे उसको रख लेते हो, and then it actually hears out everything about you, and then it gives, it books your meetings and do a lot of things. Have you just heard about that?
No, I have not. I have not.
Okay, okay. I think you should definitely check that out. I just got into that 7 days ago. Someone just made a reel, and then I just went to their website and just check what they actually do. So it's a device which you just you can mount over here, or you can just wear that as a necklace also, and it will be with you 24/7. It will be with you 24/7. It just costs 5,000 rupees, literally 5,000 rupees. And it's like you're just training ChatGPT, to ChatGPT. We can't train it 24/7. But that one we can train 24/7. It will be with us. It will be hearing all of our conversations, all of our meetings, giving us the transcription and everything around that. And also people were saying, it is cheap. You are the product. I was like, yes, I am the product. I am the product of everything. That I know. But yeah, I think that's one thing. But
Wow.
ChatGPT or Claude, like which one do you prefer?
Like you said, that it remembers everything. So I've been using, the day I saw ChatGPT, I still remember there used to be like these poems coming that you aren't, you wait, and you write like a poem about getting access. So I've been pretty much from inception hooked onto ChatGPT. And now that it's got all of this memory, because it knows me so well, I'm like, "Sh- how do I leave? It's like a friend, it's like a companion. So I do, of course, for research and now coding, now with coding, I feel Claude is definitely a mile ahead. So I'm using a little bit of Open Router where I can switch between these kind of platforms. But I would say for my daily go-to app, it's for sure the paid version of ChatGPT. And I don't see like myself moving away from it for quite some time because it just knows me so damn well. I don't need to explain something. It's connected my ideas. It's given me feedback. It knows about my kids. It knows about my dogs. It knows about my wife. Knows habits. Knows ill health issues. Jo bhi hai, whatever it is. So it's difficult to being like, hey, let me try something else. My soulmate has been matched.
Exactly. Is there anywhere that you think that AI, we should not introduce AI? Like, is there any place that you think we should not introduce AI at all?
No, I think we need to just jump in, and it's pretty much the flip of your question is like, how do I use AI in my relationships? How do I use AI for my business? How do I use AI for my health? How do I do better yoga with AI? How do I help kids with learning disabilities with AI? So I've got pretty much flipped on the other side, saying like it's a solution for everything. How do we reduce humans as much as possible and let AI do the heavy lifting?
For sure, for sure. There is one thing that that is happening in the Indian AI space, and I just want to know your opinion on that, which is a lot of people, what they're considering AI mastery. They think that prompt engineering equals to AI mastery. Prompt engineering सीख ली मतलब हम AI में जो है वो pro बन चुके हैं. What is your take on that?
To be honest, I'm happy with anyone just exploring because it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, once you're in it, you go on your own journey. And as long as even people have understood that prompt engineering is important, I think automatically they're going to be taken into the next level. And it's kind of a journey, like initially it's like, okay, help me with sending an email or help me proofread. Someone gave me an analogy the other day is that the way people are using ChatGPT is imagine like for 1 minute, if you, instead of interviewing me, you were interviewing Albert Einstein or you're interviewing Newton. You're not going to ask me like, why don't you proofread my article that I wrote as a 5-year-old? You're going to be like, dude, tell me the secret or tell me something. But as long as people are on the journey, I feel it's going to eventually just be good for them, like.
According to you, what can be the journey? You were saying about the journey. So what can be the journey? Like where should someone start from? Like what is that first step? Like someone who is just listening to this for the first time, who wants to tap into this AI space, they want to take this opportunity, they want to make a career out of this, because in 2017 it was all about Instagram. A lot of people did not tap into that. Right now it's about AI. In from 2017 to 2025, people might have missed hundreds of different platforms, hundreds of different things that they could have implemented or they could have used, but they were not able to do that. But right now, people who are watching and who just wants to start, what is the first step they should take, and what is the journey that they should follow in order to become a pro in this?
Sure. So I think, at least for me, I don't know whether that this is a tried and tested way, but this is kind of like how I approached it.
Okay.
Is at the very basic, at the very, very basic, forget about content creation. Content creation is something that is perfect for disruption with AI, whether it's blogs, whether it's videos, whether it's podcasts. This is something that AI can do really, really, really well. So that's step number one. Step number two, for me, my brain, since I've been in digital marketing, has always been focusing on like, okay, you need to have a website. For that website, you need to have content. Once you've got content, you need to optimize your website, at least for search engine traffic. Then you need to optimize it for your paid traffic, your ads, your landing pages, your email. Then you need to do it for social media. Then you need to have analytics. Then you need to plug the stuff into your CRM. You need to start with your automation. That's kind of like the journey that I've seen in business, in day-to-day business. Like you need to have these following components. And once you figure out that, okay, content is done, then chalo, let's build a website. And that's what I've been tripping out on the last like 1 2 weeks. Websites like lovable.dev, bolt.new. I've built personally over 500 websites on WordPress. I've bought well over 100 different themes from Theme Forest, Code Canyon, Elementor, Astra. That used to be my hobbies. Like, chalo, I'll set up a website, get an idea, set up a website. And it would take me, like 2 days, 3 days, but not bad. Today in 5 prompts, today in 10 prompts, You can build not a website, you can build an authority. You can build an authority website with a forum, with a social network, with a blog, with tools, membership area, directory, admin area, your FAQs, your sitemap, cookies, policy, terms, conditions, everything.
Mm.
And I've never been able to build such a good website, even though I claim to have experience. So whether it's software, whether it's development, as long as you can talk, as forget even talking, as long as you can type, if you can type, I feel there's a lot of opportunity here with generative AI.
For sure. And I think people just needs to go out there and start exploring, multiple things, instead of just like, "Ki main yahi karunga." Even if they start exploring, like, we were talking previously, which is even if someone starts with prompt engineering, that is just this, the starting point for them, and once they start, getting deep into that, then they will start exploring other things, what is N10, what are all these different tools, because a lot of people, what happens, they just get lost in these tools. I feel that this is happening, they just get lost in these tools, and they just start trying all the different tools. Instead of that, I think it's important to just pick one based on what anyone wants to do, and just start at least mastering it to at least 30-40%, at least they know about that particular thing, instead of just trying all the different tools. So that's one thing.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. I think it varies. For me, I claim to be a tool guy. Like I love to go and sign up, do a free trial, put in a few prompts, see what's happening, and then if I'm interested, of course, I'll double down. But overall, it's impossible to name every AI tool. It's impossible even to view every AI tool with the number of tools that are out there in the market. They'll see what works for you. Like, of course, ChatGPT is one, is like kind of the base, the mothership. But then if you're into graphics, if you're into editing, if you're into development, then you're going to kind of find your sidekick. And like you mentioned, NA10 for me is mind blowing. It's crazy because once you understand that you can connect AIs with tools and then tools with AI and build your own custom workflow, that's like it's power. It's full power. Like
It's amazing, once someone gets inside a tool, na, I start getting that vibe that there is nothing that I can't do. I can do everything,
yeah,
So the next thing is, we talked about the learning process. So you must have started by following a creator, then watching his videos, and then learning about couple of things. So if you have to recommend 3 creators that anyone should look up to if they're just starting in this AI space, who would be those top 3 creators according to you?
sure. So I started off like anybody else, without knowing anything. You go to YouTube and you put in AI, and then it becomes slightly more long tail. So I've gone into this lot of school communities, school.com communities, because I feel that's like so easy for creators to come and put them out. So there's this guy called Julian SEO that I follow. Like previously he was in the SEO space, but now he's like SEO's too tiny. SEO's not that fascinating. So I still follow him. And at the end of it, I subscribe to a lot of channels. I love to pay for training because then it becomes very condensed. Like you save so much on the learning curve. And then I feed all of this info into ChatGPT, whether it's like copy pasting a transcript or copy pasting a workflow. Come back to ChatGPT. I'm like, why you only explain to me? Because I feel that it's actually quite silly to try and learn AI from human beings. But if you want to learn AI, you learn AI from AI. That is the sauce.
Yep.
That is the secret sauce. And creators are great. Though if you can get it from the horse's mouth, just do it. Let your creativity, you can ask anything and it's going to find a way to explain it to you, whether it's through analogies or whether it's through just knowing you that well.
Awesome. And so that just 2 more creators if you can share.
Sure. So there is this guy called Alex. He's got AI workshop. That's again like another school platform.
Mhm.
And who else? I would say that now, honestly, I don't pay too much attention to their names. I'm just following their uh, flows and things like that. And if I like it, I go through the transcript again, upload it onto YouTube. And I feel like really most creators are they're also getting obsolete to a large extent, with AI avatars and things like that. It's like just go find a source. In fact, if I can share screens, can I share screens?
Yes, 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 yes.
So I'm sure you've heard about HeyGen, where you can create
Yeah,
your
yep, yep.
own.
Yeah.
Today, I just created this where you can create yourself, and let me just play that for you. Just start chatting. It takes a second. But now here you can go ahead and ask any question that you want, and it's going to respond like me based on my knowledge base and stuff like that. So let's see. Hey, how you doing?
All right, let's cut the fluff and get straight to it. What's cooking? You got a business problem? A marketing brain freeze? Spill the beans, my friend. I'm ready to fire off some hot advice. I'm killing it, bro. Just crushing goals and living the dream, you know? What about you? Still drowning in that sea of mediocrity? Or are you ready to float on some entrepreneurial waves? Give me the scoop.
Can you tell me like 3 top AI creators that I should follow in order to learn better AI workflows?
Sure thing, but let's not mess around with likes. Here are 3 go-getters who are spitting pure gold in the AI game. 1. Andrew Enge. This dude's basically the AI Yoda. Follow him if you want to learn solid AI fundamentals. 2. Lex Fridman. He interviews the best minds in AI.
So you see, it's like it's pretty insane, right?
Yeah.
Soon.
I'm also using. Yeah, I've also started using AI for my social media marketing clients, and also I've started using AI for my own self. The recent reels that I created, I have just started creating from AI, and I'm now not creating reels at all. And maybe in down the line, 1 month down the line, I will be creating videos directly from Hage, and even for my YouTube. And I think that is the thing moving forward. And I think there is this just one point I think which is very very important moving forward, which is content creation is becoming more and more easy. A lot of people who maybe they might not have felt confident talking in front of the camera, now they can talk. And I think at this point of time, having thoughts that are actually original matters a lot at this point of time. Because anyone can get one of the best information out there just by putting it in chat gpt and giving the proper context. So I think those original thoughts, that actual raw personality, I think matters a lot. What do you think about that?
Definitely, it comes down to your prompt engineering, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this one thing my principal back in school used to tell me, and he came up with a abbreviation called GIGO, which was garbage in, garbage out. You put in garbage, by you will get garbage out.
Exactly.
If you put in gold, if you put in an original thought, at least you think it's original, then ChatGPT is going to double down on that and give you something that even you've not thought about.
For 100% true. That's what I believe in, because a lot of time what happens, people just give like random instructions and then they think that AI is going to perform like a beast, but that's not gonna happen. So I think we have covered a lot till now. Now I want to end this conversation by asking you one striking question, which is about money. How someone can start making money by using AI, and what is that procedure that they should follow in order to make money by using AI, and in how much months or weeks they can start making money by using AI.
Sure. So, like I told you, this was one of the reasons I got very interested with not only AI, but even previously with digital marketing. One of the first things I put into Google was how do I make money online? And that's always been a passion. And I think it's always going to be super important and relevant. I think where folks get confused is thinking that now because of AI, there is some new way to make money. There's some new opportunity to make money. I don't think that's true. I think the way you make money is still the same way you make money anyway, but you're going to use AI to help you do the job. So the most basic thing is whether you like it or not, people are going to shy away from technology, even though AI is perhaps the easiest technology that has ever existed. You know, whether you talk or whether you type. Now, why if you can't talk or type, then now you're even mentioning this thinking thing and all that stuff. It's coming up. But use AI to save you time and see things that are in demand. Like I can tell for sure, if you go and ask five business owners, any five business owners, whether it's going to like a BNI meeting or whether it's going to a conference or whether it's calling someone up, and you ask them, do you have a website? They'll probably say, yes, I have a website, but I don't like it or it doesn't work. 95% of the people will tell you like, oh, you know, there's this problem, there's that problem, you build it or something like that, and it's not going to change. This is a huge need. Today, you spend 5 hours on Lovable.dev or Bolt.new or any one of these platforms. Without any coding skills, you're going to be able to build a killer website.
Exactly.
Not only the development aspect, because previously I believe you would need 3 people to build a website. One would be a designer, otherwise it'll look really ugly. You need to have a developer, otherwise it won't work. And you need to have a copywriter, otherwise it might look good, it might work, but there's no substance.
True.
Today, like you get the best content, you get the best programming, you get the best design by simply typing. So by learning this one skill, you can get into business. You know, just learning this one skill, and then if you're interested in content creation, you know, learn how to create content. You're interested in video editing, you know, you don't need to know, you know, tools like Adobe Premiere and all, which use it in Photoshop, which would take years to master, right? Today it's like, okay, go type, learn, tweak, do a course, find out some hacks, and you're in business.
For sure, things have become a lot easy, but people have become more lazy, and still they don't want to do it, So that has become the case. But nonetheless, thank you so much, Gaurav bhai, for this amazing conversation and amazing inputs, on all the topics that we covered. A really amazing conversation. Thank you so much for all the inputs. Really appreciate that.
Mohit, I want to take a second and say thank you as well. And just reaching out, talking about AI. I think you messaged me on WhatsApp, and in 20 seconds you must have got a responses because
Exactly.
it's such a hot topic like AI, okay. You know, so I'm glad you're here in this space and would love to keep learning from you, checking out your videos on YouTube and really taking India to the next level as well, at least in terms of implementation, being able to help businesses implement this. And to a very large extent, I see it similar to digital marketing. You know, when people figured out that SEO, you needed to build backlinks, Indians became one of the biggest backlink builders or backlink spammers in the world. Today, I'm hoping that India becomes like a master of NA10, a master of Zapier, learning all these tools because I feel it can truly move the economy once we are branded as AI experts or AI implementers. Like you said, people are lazy. So if you're able to kind of fill that gap in making AI more friendly, making it more implementable, I think both of us are on that journey. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this podcast till the very, very end. If you have loved this conversation, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new over here, then make sure you share this video on your Instagram. Tag me over there on Monis/trades, and I would love to have a real conversation with you. If you're facing any sort of problems regarding AI, then you can drop me a message on Instagram. I will be more than happy to help you and guide you and see how I can take your journey forward and make you a better person in the space of AI. And if today's guest has sparked something interesting inside of you, then make sure you follow them, reach out to them, have a conversation with them. Until next time, you keep working, keep growing, and let AI do the work for you. Peace out.